Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Wednesday, November 9th, 2016, and here are some of today's trends in the news. Well, you know why the markets moved? Because of the USSA presidential election. That's right. So over there last night in Asia, things were down a lot. Over 5% down in Nikkei. Not so bad in Shanghai, but Hang Seng wasn't hanging very high. It went low. They were low in Europe, and then they leveled out. Overnight, when the market saw that Trump was going to win, Dow futures were down over 800 points. That's right. Gold was up over $50. Oil, down over 4%. That was overnight. And all of a sudden it changed. How come it changed? Because we went back to the markets before that. Here's something from Tuesday's Wall Street Journal. Bank shares climb on Fed rate hopes. Many investors say a win for Mrs. Clinton would maintain relative calm in the markets, leaving the Fed on track to raise rates at its next meeting. Okay. Dow surges 371 points in best day since March as U.S. elections loom. U.S. equities kicked off the week on a high note, closing sharply higher on Monday, after the FBI again cleared Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton over the use of a private server. Financial markets in the U.S. and around the world have been largely pricing in a victory for Clinton over Republican nominee Donald Trump. And we all know what happened. Trump, Clinton. So why did the markets go up? Again, after being down, Dow futures down over 800 points. The increased prospect of tax cuts and generally pro-growth set of policies from him, Donald Trump, aided and abetted by the Republican clean sweep of Congress, has seen some of this initial reaction begin to reverse, which we're talking about, said James Athey, fixed income fund manager at Aberdeen Asset Management. Trump shocked the world by beating Clinton in the race for the White House. So, this is important. Trump's victory may have wide implications on multiple fronts, including trade, taxes, and foreign policy, among others. Okay, so why the markets go up? Because according to everything I read, they should have went down and stayed down. Maybe because they stopped trading when the Dow plunged 800 points. Possibly there was some rigging going on over there with the behind-the-scenes Fed desk. The plunge protection team. Yes, because that was a plunge. Anyway, Trump's win also put into question the likelihood of a Federal Reserve rate hike. Remember, it was 75% that they were going to raise them when they meet in December. That number is now dropped to 50%. So why did gold go down after being up almost $50 and then only juicing up $1? I would suggest you think for yourself. And crude, as I said, crude was down over 4%. The Energy Information Administration later on said U.S. crude stockpiles rose 2.5 million, but they went up anyway. And you know why? Because they're saying that Trump has criticized that Iranian deal, and he's going to do a reversal on it. And you know, with Iran out there pumping out oil, yeah, it's putting more supply into the chain. if they're not out there anymore, if Trump reverses the deal, sanctions go back on Iran. This thing is going to get very dicey. And I was talking yesterday about what's going on and the day before in Turkey, and how Erdogan has really just started a coup. He's taken over, forget the military coup. Arresting people at unprecedented levels, throwing them in jail, and it's showing in the economy. I'm mentioning this because Turkey is a major player here. They've invaded Iraq. They've invaded Syria. And their country is in disarray. No, it was the Ottoman Empire, it tells you. All right. Turkey's lira fell to a record low yesterday, taking its decline in the past year to almost 10%, with poor data weighing on economic prospects and the political crackdown spurring capital flight. Very big. Keep your eyes and ears open to that issue. And we're talking about oil and how really bad it is in terms of oversupply and the big cutbacks, and still we're seeing increases in stockpiles. A story here in today's Wall Street Journal: office pileup gets even worse in Houston. Houston's once thriving office market is quickly losing energy. Oh yeah, they use that little word, energy, right? Amid a steady drumbeat of layoffs, mergers, and bankruptcies in the oil and gas sector. Houston's landlords are being hammered by vacancies and sagging rents that are plunging the office market into its worst state since the oil bust of the 1980s. Worth paying attention. And moving on to some international news. Hey folks, we don't have any boots on the ground? No. And our troops over there in Iraq, they're just non-combatant advisors. U.S. Apache helicopters involved in attacking Mosul. That's right. With the Pentagon officials saying they're being used, quote, with significant effect. You little clowns, you're always throwing out that BS line. You're only murdering people, spending our money to do it, and making bad situations much worse. But you do it with an attitude and your military drag that you love to wear. You little spokes-nothings, spokespeople, spokes-lowlife, little gerbil boys, a bunch of you. Disgusting human beings. Anyway, over there in Hungary, lawmakers reject bid to block migrants. So I'm reading this. I said, wow, how could that happen? Well, the reason they did it was because one of the parties voted against it because of a rule that allows foreigners who invest over 300,000 euros in Hungarian bonds to acquire residency. So the Jobbik party was against that. And that's why they overturned that. But I think you're going to see something pass there. So, of course, the big news is the presidential elections. And that's why it's Wednesday, and it's Trend Alert. Trend Alert. Celente was first to forecast Trump victory. What's next? That's right. Go back to your Trends journals. Go back. Go back to the Summer Trends Journal. Go back to the Spring Trends Journal. It's all there. Only we said it in the Trends Journal. This was the first one in May. Barring an ongoing barrage of self-inflicted wounds, despite his bluster, missteps, misquotes, and numerous distortions of truth and facts, and despite the general media political consensus that he has no chance of winning, we contend Trump is an odds-on favorite at this time. And then we went on to resupport that again back in July. It's right there. History before it happens. Again, last night, with the thing closing up, I thought Hillary would go, but we had forecast this long ago when no one was doing it. And who are the other losers besides Hillary Clinton in this election? Let me tell you one of the winners that nobody's given credit to. Julian Assange. That's right. For the WikiLeaks that exposed the disgusting Democratic National Committee and the dirty deals that they do, and how they're in bed with the prostitutes. But who are the losers? Here, look at some of their faces. How about those Silicon Valley con men, huh? Hey, how about those rappers? They gave us enough rap, man. Hey, what happened? Couldn't pull it off. Hey, what about Michael Moore? Yeah, how about that, huh? How about Mark Cuban? George Soros? How about Barack Obama? Yeah, remember when I read this yesterday from the Gcelente paper? An energized Obama stumps for Clinton and his own legacy. Yep, here's what he said. Whatever credibility I've earned after 8 years as president, I'm asking you to trust me on this one. I already voted. I voted for Hillary Clinton. Guess they didn't trust you. Guess your legacy is just one big lie like you are. Obama has lost both Michelle and Barack. Who else lost? Hey, that mainstream media, the prostitutes, the New York Times, ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, and all the other FUs, and the rest of the languages that call themselves media. And how about all those singers and actors? Yeah. Hey, and how about that Hollywood flop that they produced? Yeah, all these Hollywood cats. How about them, huh? $100,000 a meal get-togethers with the Clintons that they put on out there in Hollywood. Yep. And Obama going out there 43 times during his candidacy. His candidacy. Yeah, he never stopped running. His presidency. Losers. Hollywood flop. And who are the other losers? How about John Podesta? Yeah, the one from all the WikiLeaks. Hillary Clinton, with thousands of people waiting for her at the Javits Center last night, didn't have the courage, or maybe she was so knocked out from losing that she couldn't go over after these people waiting there all night long to thank them for all that they did. Nope, sent over Podesta. And look at this arrogant guy. Listen to what he has to say.
Well, folks, I know you've been here a long time, and it's been a long night, and it's been a long campaign. But I could say we can wait a little longer, can't we? They're still counting votes, and every vote should count. Several states are too close to call, so we're not going to have anything more to say tonight. So listen to me. Everybody should head home. You should get some sleep. We'll have more to say tomorrow.
Yeah, so listen to me. Listen. Yeah, that's how they talk down to you. This little rat, this little weasel. Didn't even give the people the respect. They knew they lost. Hey, but I guess once a loser, man, always a loser. Yeah. So, what else happened? Marijuana. That's right. Voters in Maine and Massachusetts approved ballot measures legalizing marijuana across the board Tuesday, following victories in California and Nevada. And over there in North Dakota and Florida, medical marijuana. Yep, so it's going to be a whole new world out there. This is just the beginning. Huge investments in marijuana. It's only the start. For medical and for what these cats following me are going to be singing about. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.